workout. And how many times do people say, yeah, we talked about that during a lunch meeting or in this conference room? It just doesn't happen. But
Right.
people remember that workout.
What does like a typical day look like for you? Hello, everyone, and welcome to Entrepreneur Fit. I'm your host, as always, Jared Lay. And joining us today is Mohammed Iqbal, founder and CEO of SweatWorks. Mohammed, thank you so much for being with us today.
I'm really excited about this show and I'm excited to be here.
Hey, no, I'm so excited for you to be with us today. So, Mohammed, can you tell us a little bit about like SweatWorks, the company, the basis? Like, what do you guys do?
Yeah, I'd love to. So we are a fitness-focused digital agency. We do everything first and foremost design-focused for some of the largest fitness brands in the country. We do everything from websites to platforms to apps and even hardware design as well. In fact, over the last few months, you probably have seen or used one of our products at home. So we're excited to be in the space.
Awesome. Yeah, keep on doing great things. I think the company has, grown leaps and bounds since I've known you, and it's continued to do so. So, congratulations on all the success thus far. So everybody, watching, if you can do us a favor and click the subscribe button below so you guys can stay up to date on, all our latest episodes that are coming out. We really appreciate it. Oddly enough, you and I met many years ago at Gold's Gym in my hometown. I don't know if we were spotting one another or vice versa. It's kind of how like we got introduced to one another. So it kind of goes hand in hand, like the basis of the show, right? We're all like fitness oriented. My workout regimen has changed drastically since that time. But again, I think it was like going like 16, 17 years ago at this point where that's
Yeah,
been neat.
no, it's been a while. It's crazy to know how far we've come in that time, our lives, our families. And we met at the gym. We met at Gold's Gym in
Yeah.
Monroe, New York. And I do think maybe you were spotting me or I was spotting you on the squat rack. That's always where I wanted a spot, needed a spot. And I think what's interesting is we kind of met because of fitness, and then our careers led towards fitness. But at the time, we had no idea.
Yeah, it's like so full circle, like surreal sometimes. I think about it all the time. So Mohammed, SweatWorks is an Inc. 5000, company today. Again, you built it brick by brick from nothing to now an Inc. 5000 company. What does like a typical day look like for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. And now in this COVID lockdown world that we're in, it's a little bit different than what it would be typically. I travel quite a bit. I travel around the world to meet our team members, our amazing team members, to meet our clients, and to meet our factories. So especially in China. And I also travel for workshops, for seminars and things like that. So typically I'm out traveling about 2 weeks out of the month, if not more.
Crazy.
So my schedule when I travel is a little bit different than what it is when I'm not traveling, but I try to get the same things done. My schedule varies quite a bit. So there are some nights where I'm up till 1 in the morning speaking with a company in Asia. I might have to be up at 4 or 5 in the morning speaking to a client in Europe. The one consistent thing for me is making sure that I get enough sleep. And for me, that enough sleep is between 6 to 8 hours. I know it's not ideal, but that's really what I need. And making sure I make time for myself to work out. And that's really important. I prefer to get my workouts done in the morning. And I block out about 90 minutes, sometimes as much as 2 hours, depending on if I'm traveling to a gym but I would say 90 minutes to get my workout in, to get showered, to have my coffee, and then move on to the next thing.
Do you have breakfast in you? Like, have you done a couple of meetings at that point, typically on like your, I guess now today in today's climate, not when you were traveling?
I don't like to eat before I work out. And again, I know that's not always the best thing, but I feel like unless it's a race or like I have to perform,
Mm.
I tend to get my best workout on an empty stomach. I'll have a cup of coffee. I might do a pre-workout. I'll take 2 glasses of water. Water's been key for me. And then I go right into the workout. Now, granted, I don't wait too long before I work out. So typically between the time I awake and start my workout is less than an hour.
So, paint the picture like when you're traveling, around the globe. You have to be in business meetings. You're banging your workout at what, like 5, 6 in the morning, depending upon like what your schedule is like at the hotel.
So one of the tricks that I've learned over the many years of traveling, especially internationally and on longer flights, is I try to sleep on the plane. So when I book my flights, I either book, usually it's always overnight flights, and I try to get somewhere at 5 or 6 in the morning, refreshed. I'll take a quick shower, I'll do my workout, and then head into my work meetings. It does two things for me. One, working out, as I'm sure you know, Jared, sets your mind in the right frame of mind and gets you ready and prepared for the day ahead. But it also, when I'm in a different time zone, it adjusts me for that same time zone. So if I'm traveling to Asia, for example, it's if I land at 6 a.m., it's really 6 p.m. here, but I've got to function at full capacity all day. I kind of force my body to reset and resync. So working out to me when I travel is one of the first things that I'll do.
So besides obviously the health benefits of exercising, why do you personally need to work out or feel fulfilled to work out on a daily basis?
It's been the de-stressor. I think contrary to what most people might believe, they feel like, well, I'm working really hard all day and I've got a long day ahead of me. Why would I tire myself out? It's fitness. And if you want to perform at your highest level, both physically and mentally, you need to train your body and train your mind. Working out is also meditating, it's breathing exercises, it's just moving. Over time, having a really busy and stressful job takes a toll on your body. So by keeping your body in shape, by eating the right way, by making sure that you're also resting as well, it allows you to perform better. The second thing is the community. A lot of my meetings and training sessions, I cannot tell you
Oh,
how many
really?
meetings I've had over a bike ride, over a run, at the gym. A lot of times it's like, hey, let's just go do a workout. Let's go experience what your brand is about. I've really moved away from having lunch meetings and dinner meetings. I reserve those times to meet with my internal team or as a time for me to reset during the day.
I like that.
Yeah,
Would you say you've had your best meetings like during a workout with one of your clients?
completely, definitely. Because I think, one, when you're working out with someone, they're focused on you and the workout. That's it. There's no external distractions. No
Mm.
one can come in. They're not looking at their phone. They're not checking email. They're not checking text messages. They're focused really on that
Subject.
moment, and you get to share something with that person, right? You're going through what they're going through, so I think immediately you form a connection. And I can't tell you how many times months later someone could say, hey, that workout, we talked about this during that workout. I mean, how many times do people say, yeah, we talked about that during our lunch meeting or in this conference room? It just doesn't happen. But
Right.
people remember that workout.
I know that's awesome. I love it. Let me ask you a question. As far as like the company is concerned, do you guys offer any like wellness programs for your employees at SweatWorks?
We do. I mean, one, we have a real comprehensive benefits program. I just feel like, there's so many stresses in life. And again, you want your team to perform at the highest level. So we don't want them to worry about healthcare. So we give an industry best healthcare program across the country and even for our employees internationally. But in addition to that, we give other incentives to help you be fit. If you work out and you spend 20 minutes 3 times a week doing some sort of active time, you get a bonus every month
Oh, really?
for working out. And in addition, because we're again in the fitness world, we do get a lot of memberships and experiences either at a discount or for free. So a lot of our employees are able to experience that brand and that workout at no charge.
That's amazing. That's awesome. So let me ask you a question. What would you say, like, obviously if you talked about like what your daily schedule entails, what about like your eating habits? Like, are you consistently eating like identical food groups like on a daily basis?
Yeah, I try to keep it really simple. I think, I don't follow any specific diet, but I try to keep my meal plan simple but consistent. So typically for breakfast, I'm either having a smoothie, but I make sure that it has like oatmeal, some sort of complex carbs in it, fruit, almond milk, and protein
Mhm.
always. And then for lunch, I'll typically again have like a bowl, something like a rice bowl or an acai bowl, or maybe even another smoothie. I'll snack in between on nuts or protein bars, and then dinner really is kind of where I tend to have if you're going to pick a larger, more formal meal is
Right.
typically dinner. And again, that's not always recommended because if you talk to experts, they'll tell you eat more earlier in the day and eat less later in the day. But for me, during the day when I'm moving and I'm active, I just don't like having this feeling of being full and having a full stomach, right? I like to be light because I'm always on the move. But at night, I always make sure that I could take 45 minutes to an hour to sit down and decompress and eat my meal.
Right. So if you're working that many hours a day, you're going to burn out if you're not eating like consistently. And I'm not saying anybody here, listening needs to get like, count their macros, get out meal plans. You have to listen to your body. I mean, it's not a bad thing to do those things either. But like, if you're just going hard like that, you're going to burn out.
Yeah, no, I think, look, food is your fuel and you have to treat it like that, right? So I love eating and I love food.
Yeah.
And that's my dinner meal is really the food that I'm going to enjoy. But I also make sure it's always healthy and nutritious because that's what is fueling my body.
My other question for you, for the, owners, CEOs, small business entrepreneurs watching, the show, what advice would you want to give if one person, you could just give advice to one person, like, today, a takeaway from this, episode?
So I think your day as an entrepreneur is unpredictable. A lot of it is going to be on, because you're not going to know what fires you'll have to deal with. It could be an HR issue. It could be a contract. It could be a client issue. You'll never have a day completely planned out. You'll have an idea of what you want to do, but your day won't be planned out. However, I always recommend that you plan out your workout and you plan out, have an idea of what you're going to eat. We kind of talked about that, and then plan what your own downtime is going to be and make sure those things happen. And it's very easy to lose sight of that when you're thinking about a million things all
Right.
the time. You're thinking about things that you have to do. Your task list is always a mile long. You feel like you're never accomplishing anything. And but you should accomplish some things every day. And those things should really not be business related. They should be for you. So whether accomplishing that workout, finishing that workout, knowing that you did it, spending time with your family, accomplishing that, those are things that you could count on and do those every day.
Great. Hey, well, listen, Mohammed, I think that's all the time we have for this episode. I really appreciate you taking the time to be a guest on the show. And thanks everyone for watching.
Thanks, Jared. Awesome being here.